remember the one game you got blamed, like, this is crazy. But our first game coaching with the Raiders, going back, because, I was there 5 years in Oakland.
Yep.
Go back to Vegas, and I got this young stud, man, this guy, and I got the veteran chant. I'm like, man, life is good.
Oh, yeah.
And then Maxx has the greatest game I've ever seen in my life. He had 17 tackles that game. This is a defensive end. I'm not lying. There's no exaggeration. There's 17 tackles, maybe a couple sacks. And all we got to hear about is the B-gap step up.
Oh, my God.
It cost him the game. And I'm like, did you tell him? Yeah. I'm like, hey, Maxx, hell with that, man. You kicked ass. I never see anything like it. Like, it was the craziest game I've ever seen. Like, it was so crazy.
They forget about all the 17 tackles and the sacks.
We wouldn't
until
be in
that
the game. We would have been blown out by Herbert and those guys.
Yeah.
But it was
the Chargers' first game of the year.
It was the craziest thing ever. Like, no one's ever had a game like that. But it was.
Rabo's like, fuck those motherfuckers.
I'm
like, I know Rabo's got my back.
shit.
I'm like, am I losing my fucking mind? I was like, I didn't get blocked one time the whole game. I was fucking murdering.
The whole game.
And he's like,
I love it.
He's like, just keep doing you.
Just
And
go
then the
kick
next
ass.
week was the build the wall versus the Cardinals. And I'm like, I'm not building the fucking wall. That was a big thing. And he was convincing me. This is why I love Rabo. Because Rabo had to play the fence.
Yeah,
you know me,
man,
I'm hard-headed.
trying, but it's like,
He's like, this motherfucker's not listening.
oh, no, yeah.
So we're going to play the Cardinals. This is Josh McDaniels' first year. And first year with Rabo. We're going to play the Cardinals. Kyler Murray, extremely athletic.
My God.
Fucking runs all over the field, can make every throw. And we go into that week, we just lost to the Chargers. And it was a good game. It was a close game.
Should've
We
won
lost.
the game.
And we should have won.
The guy hadn't stepped up in the beat.
And he had the B gaps. Literally. That's how I felt, though. During the week, I'm like, fuck these motherfuckers. I was so mad. So I was already on tilt. I'm like, they're trying to blame this on me. I'm
Oh,
like,
my
okay.
God, I couldn't do it. Yeah.
So then he has to walk. And this is where I feel for coaches. Because, in his head, he's like, how the fuck am I going to tell Maxx to build a wall and not rush?
Oh, no.
So the plan versus Kyler was,
brutal.
we're going to get off the ball, lock out the tackle. Everyone's going to lock out up front.
Because he wants to get out.
And just build a wall.
yeah.
We're not going to burn the edge. We're not
Yeah.
going to rush. I'm like, I told the guys, and no, you don't even know this. This is the first time you telling this. You probably already knew. But he walks out the room. I go, I'm not doing that shit. I told the guy. I literally closed the door behind the coach. I'm like,
I thought
we're
I had
rushing
a little
this
more
motherfucker.
impact than that.
Yeah, no offense. But that's how it was. I'm like, this motherfucker, if you let him stand back there and pat the ball, he's going to kill us.
You. Oh,
and
God.
that's exactly
Dude,
what happened. But
Three-man rush. The guy had over 30 seconds.
Oh,
And we lost
you
it.
remember that?
Yes,
the
I
2-point where it was, Timmy, he knows Hank really well.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. We go into that game. I'm telling guys, I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, you're putting that shit on tape. I said, our tape is our fucking resume. You're going to put that shit. I said, there's no explanation. Robbo's not going to be in the meeting. And Pat Graham ain't going to be in the meeting when you're trying to sign a deal saying, what the fuck are you doing against the Cardinals standing there titty bumping? I'm not putting that shit on film. So I'm low-key creating a rebellion like, fuck that. We're rushing. With the first drive of
Boycotting in the locker room.
No, legitimately. The first drive of the game, I swipe, fucking fry the right tackle and sack Kyler Murray, burn the edge, get a sack. I get up.
That's my guy.
Yeah, Bravo's fucking screaming for
Bravo's
the
like, I told him to
mountaintops.
rush his ass off.
I swear to God. And I go to the sideline. I'm fucking hype. I'm like, that's what I fucking talk about. You got to rush this motherfucker. Our whole sideline, all the coaches were looking at me blank. And Bravo's the only one hyping me up.
I'm like, hell yeah, man. Keep kicking that dude.
Oh, yeah. He's like, keep doing you. And you could just see
That's the
Pat
difference
and
between
Josh like,
professional football,
they were
man.
like,
Sometimes-
this motherfucker.
Yep.
And I was just like, no, fuck that. We're not fucking playing scared in this motherfucker. And ironically, we lost. And I love those guys. I'm not talking bad about
but
Josh.
we
They're my
had
guy.
it. We had it, though. We were up
We
20-0.
It was over. We let them
One of
back
the
in the
most
game for
insane games.
no reason.
Man.
And we lost. And it was Hank and like Bilal and Andrew Billings with me and Chandler in coverage. And he sat there and patted the ball for 40 seconds, ran in the 2-point. It was one of the worst. After that week, after we lost the Cardinals, it was one of the most miserable weeks ever.
Is that when Kyler slipped underneath the sack and broke
Oh, yeah.
loose?
He broke my – and one of the sacks
Wow,
I
did
missed.
not mean to do say
No. It was me. There was one. I had 2 sacks in that game. I had one in the beginning. One was in the fourth quarter at the end, but there was a holding call on the defense.
Yeah.
Remember, I had like a long arm.
Yeah.
I got the sack. I thought it was game.
Yep.
Fucking holding. I'm like, fuck.
Dude.
Then we go down. I kill the tackle again. Kyler fucking slips out. he gets out of it, throws it out the back of the end zone. They call a holding on defense, first down. And then they had the 2-point. They scored and then had the 2-point. I was like, I'm going to freak the fuck out. And then it was.
Then we fumbled on offense. Remember?
And then we
were in field
Hunter
goal
Renfro
range.
got knocked out, got a concussion. Dude scoops it, goes to the house in overtime. It was, that
was a bad loss, but I'll bring you one worse.